The Discovery, Chapter 9, The Unexpected Solution. Midnight awoke in a meadow filled with beautiful yellow flowers that filled the landscape as far as the eye could see. The occasional green of the grass pushed through the flower bed to break the sea of yellow that so completely encircled her. Sitting happily in the center of the beautiful field was a small tree, its branches and leaves seemingly pulled to one side to provide shade, especially for her as she slept. She swiveled her head from side to side, taking in her surroundings as she sat upright. It was a truly beautiful sight, calming and relaxing. The sun's heat penetrated through the tree's leaves just enough to fill the ground she was now sitting on with a wonderful warmth. There was a slight breeze that made the air cool and welcoming.
Wasn't I just with David? Where am I?
Midnight asked, to nobody in particular.
You're in a dream. Your dream, to be specific.
A voice came from above.
Huh?
Midnight shouted, as the foreign voice startled her out from under the tree. A blue fog began seeping out of the branches and leaves, forming into a cloud before lowering itself to the ground and shaping itself into a pony. Then, in a brilliant flash of white light, the cloud dissipated, and in its place stood Princess Luna.
Princess?
Midnight exclaimed, before bowing.
There's no need for that here, Midnight. We're in your dream, after all. Let's talk like friends. Rise. I wish to speak with you about David.
Luna said calmly.
What about him? Did his nightmare come back?
Midnight asked as she rose to her hooves.
No, actually, quite the opposite. I entered his dream as soon as I saw it. It was the same nightmare as always, but then something peculiar happened. David was in a fog, as I've come to expect in his dreams, only this time he was running from something terrible. It seemed as if he was in fear for his life. But then the fog simply vanished. Almost instantly, a pleasant warmth overtook the dreamscape. An ocean appeared before him, and a beautiful sandy beach rose beneath his feet. He went from frantic to peaceful. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen him so calm. It was like all of his fears and regrets simply faded away. That's fantastic news! I'm so glad to hear that.
Midnight shouted with a little more enthusiasm than she meant to.
Indeed it is. My question is how? Obviously you had something to do with it, so I came here as soon as I was certain my eyes weren't deceiving me to ask, how did you do it? How did you stop his nightmare?
Luna asked with genuine curiosity.
Well, we went to the bar last night, and when we got back, I couldn't sleep. I went downstairs and I heard David. When I went into his room, I saw him thrashing around, obviously having another nightmare, like you said. So I wanted to help him, but I didn't know what to do. That's when I remembered something my mom did when I used to have nightmares, and I tried it on him. And it worked!
Midnight said, barely hiding her embarrassment.
Okay, so what exactly did you do?
Luna asked, motioning for Midnight to continue.
Well, I kinda cuddled with him. You did what? Cuddled with him. Oh, for the love of... Will you just spit it out?
Luna asked, growing increasingly frustrated with Midnight's sudden shyness.
I cuddled with him!
Midnight forced the words out, then hid her flushed face and beet red cheeks from Luna's gaze.
You cuddled with him?
Luna asked, with a dumbfounded expression.
Yes.
Luna snickered, began to giggle, then completely burst into laughter, causing Midnight's already red face to turn an even brighter shade of red. The Alicorn Princess completely lost her composure, and her giggling fit showed no signs of ending anytime soon. Midnight went through embarrassment before, as did any pony, but having the Princess of the Night laughing at her was a whole new experience. Eventually, Luna managed to control her giggling and compose herself, finding Midnight's sad, frowning face and scrunched-up muzzle to be an indication to stop.
Oh, Midnight, relax. I'm not laughing at what you did. I'm laughing at how embarrassed you were by it. I mean, all that trouble to get you to spill it over that? Ponies cuddle with each other all the time. It's not a big deal. You know that. I know, but it's just different when it's with some pony you kinda like, you know?
Midnight said, shifting on her hooves.
Wait, what do you mean? You like David? As in, like?
Luna asked, suddenly puzzled. There was a long silence in the air as Midnight thought over Luna's question.
Well, I mean, he is super cute, and I love spending time with him. He gets my jokes, he's silly and funny. Maybe I do. Yes.
Midnight spoke finally.
Oh. Well, Midnight, I'm so sorry for laughing at you. I didn't realize that you felt that way about David already.
Luna apologized. Midnight tilted her head at Luna's last words.
Wait, what do you mean, already? You knew I was going to feel this way about him?
Midnight asked, confusion evident in her voice.
Well, no. I didn't know you and David would fall for each other, but Cadence assured us it would happen. When you spend so much time with some pony that you like, that tends to happen. I simply thought that if David did end up loving a pony, he'd be very lucky to love a pony like you.
Luna replied with a smile. Midnight sighed.
Thank you, Princess, but that's just it though. I don't know if he feels the same way. He doesn't even know we're cuddling right now. And he's never really shown a real romantic interest in any pony, let alone me. I mean, I know I tease him a lot and get him flustered, and it's always just in good fun. But I don't want to ruin our relationship by crossing a line that I shouldn't. I mean, what if asking him out pushes him away? What if he doesn't even want to be in a relationship at all? What if he's only interested in dating his own kind, and the idea of dating a pony is gross and wrong to him?
Midnight's words hung in the air for several seconds before the Night Princess spoke again.
Midnight, you know as well as I do that those things simply aren't true. David has shown and stated over and over again that he loves ponies, not just because of the kindness that he's been shown by you and several others, but because he sees so much of his own kind in us. He wouldn't be disgusted by the notion of dating a pony. Besides, you know David better than anyone. I'm sure that if he could love any pony in Equestria, it'd be you. You saved his life, you took him into your home, and you gave him your friendship freely. In all honesty, he probably feels the same way about you. He is probably just as scared as you are to admit it.
Luna said with a sly grin.
You really think so? I do. I think you and David would make a lovely couple. But don't take my word for it. Ask Cadence. If any pony would know for sure, it'd be her. In fact, she's in Canterlot right now. She wanted Flurryheart to meet her grandparents before Hearthswarming Eve. If I was you, I would ask her soon. She'll be far too busy with family matters in a few days.
Midnight sighed.
I want to. I'm just so scared. I've never been good at relationships, and I don't want to ruin what we have. If telling David how I feel ruined our relationship, I'd never forgive myself.
Midnight said, tears forming in her eyes.
Midnight Shadow, I cannot claim to know for sure whether a relationship between you and David will work out or not. But I do know one thing. I know that if you don't try, you will never know for sure. What would you rather do? Ask and have a chance at love and happiness with some pony you genuinely know and care for? Or would you rather keep your feelings to yourself, and he ends up finding another mare? A stallion like David won't have any trouble finding love here, Midnight.
Midnight's shoulders slumped in defeat. This conversation wasn't making things any easier for her. She sat there for a long while, deep in thought, before she finally found the words to speak.
I'll talk to Princess Cadence. See what she says, then I'll go from there. A fine idea, Midnight Shadow. I truly hope you make the right decision from there. Unfortunately, I cannot help you any further with this matter. I can only leave you with the advice that I have already given. Good luck.
Luna said, turning away to leave Midnight's dream.
Wait!
Midnight called out.
Could you wake me up real quick? I want to get up before David does.
Luna chuckled.
Of course. I'll wake you up, but be aware, the sun has already risen. David may awake when you try to move. I hope not. He did drink a lot last night, so hopefully that'll keep him under while I make my escape. Very well. Goodbye, Midnight Shadow. I hope that the next time we meet, you'll have good news to share with me.
With that, Luna's horn glowed a bright white light, and she was gone.
Oh, wait, does this mean I can have my job back?
Midnight was cut off when a bright light filled her vision, and her dream faded away. Place your bets on when they're gonna kiss. I guarantee you it's probably gonna happen next chapter. Anyways, let's get on to our romantic donators. Top donators are 630, TacoCat598, Only One Thing, Ceru Orion, and Iron Sky. Darkside, Raiden, Narwhals, Black Moonheart, Pastel Skies, Austin Roland, Stu Hex, Swordfeather, Mordred, Omicron Lyre, Will, Chris Twinkie, Ratsoul, Badass Waffle, Shadow Moon, Luigi88, Chancer Crust, Big Smoke 369, Bobcat GJF, and many more awesome people. Thank you all so much for watching this video and live life to the fullest.